Hello everybody, in case you would like to download Blender onto a PC or Mac you have at home, you can go to www.blender.org and then go to download Blender, click on it, and then based on what operating system you have, for example Windows XP 32-bit or Windows 7 64-bit, you can download the correct version by clicking on maybe the different server links here. If you are very unfamiliar with setting up file associations, I would advise you to download the installer and not the zip archive. If you go this way, for example, if you download a file that was created with Blender and you double click it, then Windows immediately knows that that file was created with Blender, thus it starts Blender and then opens that file for you. In case you're running a Mac, you also here have the option between an older version of OS X 32-bit and the current version of OS X with 64-bit. And the difference between USA, Germany, Netherlands 1, Netherlands 2 is basically those are just different servers, and sometimes one server is slower or faster. So in case kind of like a download takes just seriously too long, maybe just click on a different server and then it will download it pretty fast. And again, Blender is free, it's open source, so there's no charge for it. And that company quite often updates their versions, so it's always a good practice to keep up about the Blender development and from time to time to check back with this website to see if there's actually a new version out. Let me also show you another website called blenderartists.org. That is the community forum for the software. And it's basically a message board where people post questions or start discussions regarding computer graphics, for example, like latest news and Blender and computer graphics discussion. But there's also an artwork section where you could post, let's say, your rendering and get some feedback. It's always very good to, if you want to get really good at rendering, to try to show as many people your work so you get a good wealth of critique and can improve based on that critique people give you. And they are actually also pretty good and fair in pointing out maybe what they like, what they don't like, and very often they're also not only telling you if they don't like something, but they also then tell you maybe what you should do to make it better. There is also a support section where, for example, you could post questions regarding the software or specific modeling technique. And as you can see, it's all broken down into different sections like basics and interface, modeling, materials and textures, particles, animation, lighting and rendering, compositing and post-processing, technical support in case Blender crashes all the time. And I personally learned most of my knowledge just from this website, so I highly advise you to become an active member of this website, specifically at least for the rendering part, because it's really kind of like it's a free service, and the more you participate, the more you show your work, the more you get out of it. And that's basically it.